Hi and welcome to Game Domain, and for this video I'll be talking about my thoughts on the Nintendo E3 showcase. And I know I didn't do a Ubisoft or PlayStation video yet of their E3 showcase. I will do that, I just wanted to do the Nintendo one first. Anyway, I think it was actually much better than a lot of people expected because Nintendo had a lot of new announcements and they had a surprising amount of 2018 games, even though everyone was just thinking it would be 2017. And there wasn't a lot of games since it was only 25 minutes, but Nintendo really did put quality over quantity. So first, I'm going to talk about Mario Odyssey because that's the game everyone was hyped for the most, and that trailer was phenomenal. It really shows what you do in Mario Odyssey, how you're going to go to all these places. You can pretty much do anything. This really is a sandbox Mario game. You can play as binoculars. You can drive a car. You can play as a T-Rex. You can like do some totem things like in Triforce Heroes, but with Goombas. There's really nothing you can't do in Mario Odyssey when it comes to who you play as in the game. You could play as a human, and by the time once I saw the cars, I was like, yeah, you can pretty much play as everything in the game. So when everyone was joking, saying, "Oh, it's Mario, it's Grand Theft Mario," when there was that trailer on the Switch, the trailer at the Switch event, everyone was like, "Oh, it's Grand Theft Mario," and then there was that video with the GTA 4 mod. It really is Grand Theft Mario, at least in the city, because you can drive the cars. And I guess I don't know if it's considered Mario stealing the cars. I don't know, but still, point is, it's very interesting. This is really what Nintendo needed. This is going to be a system seller. Breath of the Wild already is, but that's not a Switch exclusive. And Zelda is not as popular as Mario. And Super Mario 3D Land, which was a good game, was a very good game, one of my favorite 3DS games. Sold a ton of 3DSs. Um, and Mario Odyssey looks like it's going to be possibly better than 64. I'm not going to say it's better than 64 yet. It definitely could be better, maybe better than the Galaxy games, and if it's better than the Galaxy games, I don't know what they can do to make the next game better. I played Mario Galaxy 10 years ago. It's my second favorite game of all time, right after Super Paper Mario. Mario Galaxy 2 is my third favorite, which I got on launch day in 2010. They're some of the best games. They really are some of the best games I've ever played. And if Mario Odyssey can be better, then I can't wait to see what other Switch games they'll be. And I think it will be better than Sunshine. Mario Sunshine was a good game, and it's definitely going to be better than 3D Land and 3D World, even though those are also good games. If it can be better than 64, I'll also be surprised because that is really the sandbox Mario game right now. I guess Sunshine kind of was, but 64 also was because there was multiple objectives in a level, and there was a lot more freedom in the game. It wasn't totally linear. And I haven't played Mario 64 for a long time. I played it. I think I started Super Mario 64 DS in 2006. It was my first DS game, and I think it was really the first real video game I ever played. So it's going to be difficult for Mario Odyssey to be better. Okay, so I'll probably talk about Mario Odyssey later in this video. I don't want this to just be a video about Mario Odyssey, but there might be a discussion soon. So there was a lot of surprises. There was the new Kirby game, the new Yoshi game, which I'll get to later, but Metroid Prime 4. Metroid Prime 4. I don't think anyone was really expecting this. Yeah, there was rumors. Everyone was hoping for it after it's been a long time since the last real Metroid Prime game. I'm not saying Metroid Prime on 3DS was bad, but it wasn't a real Metroid Prime game. And now that Metroid Prime 4 will be on the Switch, I can't wait to see what they'll do with the motion controls, because we all know that Nintendo will have to implement something with motion controls, but they'll also be standard controls, obviously, even though we saw no gameplay. It's pretty obvious. I mean, Skyrim is getting motion controls. It's pretty safe to say that Metroid is getting it, even though they're made by different developers. I'm also expecting HD Rumble, because I think Nintendo's going to have that in a lot more games. Probably Mario Odyssey. And yeah, there's not a lot to say about Metroid Prime 4 since we didn't get to see gameplay, but it's gonna sell well, especially to the hardcore fans, because it's been so long since a real Metroid game. So Kirby, I think a lot of people were expecting this, maybe not at E3, but I wasn't really that surprised that there'd be a Kirby game on the Switch, because there's been a Kirby game on every Nintendo console except the Virtual Boy, and we don't really count that. Yeah, so on the Game Boy, NES, everything. So I don't think anyone was really too surprised. It was still a surprise, but not a huge surprise. There was also the new Yoshi's game, which I'm guessing will be called Yoshi's Woolly World 2, because it has the same art style, except there's a lot of paper. And at first, I thought it was Paper Mario on the Switch. I'm not even kidding. I really thought it was Paper Mario on the Switch, and I think Paper Mario, the series might be gone, because we're getting Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, and we're probably going to get some Mario and Luigi games, because that's been doing a little better, especially in the recent entries, because Super Paper Mario is really like the last really good Paper Mario game. Super Paper Mario is my favorite game of all time. I've said it before, and a lot of people still enjoyed Super Paper Mario. Sticker Star was trash. Color Splash was mediocre. So I was really hoping for a new Paper Mario game, but still the Yoshi game still looks pretty good. I'm going to get it. I like Yoshi's Woolly World. At first, when I saw Yoshi, I was like, "Oh no, it's Yoshi's Woolly World DX," because they've been doing that a lot. Even on the 3DS, they had a Yoshi's Woolly World game in February on the 3DS, and it wasn't like a brand new game. It was stuff from Fuji, but it wasn't that much new stuff. So I'm glad that that's not just a deluxe game, because they already added they already added Yoshi's Woolly World to the 3DS. We don't need it on another console, even though it's a very underrated game. Rocket League was announced for the Switch, which I think is very interesting, and I probably will get it. I have it on PC and Xbox One. I haven't played it that much though, because that's one of the games I've been wanting to just sit down and play for a long time. But on Switch, I can play it anywhere. There was some more news about the Breath of the Wild DLC. I can wait for that because I just finished playing Breath of the Wild. Really finished playing it. I beat the game 2 weeks after it was released, but I really stopped playing it because I did most of the things in the game. And there's a lot of games coming out soon, and I don't want to just be done with the game this soon, because it is really soon when you think about it, because of how much content there is in the game. So I will definitely play the new Breath of the Wild DLC probably in the year it's out. The DLC does look very good. I think we mostly saw stuff from expansion pack 1. I don't know if we saw anything from expansion pass or expansion pack 2. There's a trailer for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which looks very interesting. It's more of a gameplay / story trailer. So it looked like we saw some gameplay. And we definitely saw a lot about the story. I'm not really a huge fan of the art style. That doesn't matter when you think about it, as long as the gameplay is good, as long as it doesn't even need a good story, but as long as the gameplay is good, and if it has a good story, that's also good. That's all that matters. And we saw more Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle. So Mario Odyssey, back to Mario Odyssey. That's a day one purchase. I already pre-ordered it. I knew it would be a great game, even though it hasn't been released yet. We all know Nintendo will not disappoint with the game. They've never actually really disappointed with a Mario game, because we all knew what the game would be. Even 3D World was disappointed. Some people everyone saw the trailer, everyone knew what it would be, so you can have your own opinions about that. Sunshine, that was a very long time ago. It was
made my day.
2002.
Where do we start?
I think
Got a track
2002.
on him, but it's behaving
And it wasn't
erratically.
a bad game. It wasn't the best game in the Mario series,
Alright,
but it was
let's
still
find
a
it.
very good game and a worthy successor to
Scanning for his
64. It just
transmission
wasn't
beat.
as good.
It'll help us narrow in on it.
Once I saw the original Mario Odyssey trailer, that's when I pre-ordered it. I pre-ordered
Johnny
my
5 has
Switch.
never been on.
Same with Breath of the Wild,
Johnny
but at that
5?
point,
You have good
we've
taste in
seen
movies.
a lot of gameplay
No
of Breath of the Wild, so
disassemble.
everyone
You don't work
really
in
knew
robotics
that
without
Breath
a
of the
love for
Wild
glasses.
would be a great
Real
game, and it
name
was.
is
It got
NS245.
10 out of 10 on like
Titus?
43 sites, so
Titus.
expect Mario Odyssey to be one of the best games of this year. You know, that's an understatement. Expect it to be one of the best games of all time. Because if Mario games have taught us anything, it's that no matter what genre it is, no matter if it's a sports game, no matter if it's an RPG, no matter if it's a platformer, of course, it's
Drive
going
around
to
so I can
be
look for
most
it.
likely a great game. And there hasn't been a truly great Mario game in quite some time. I would say the
Is
last
he
truly great
playing with
Mario
us?
game
I don't see him.
was
Let's move on.
Mario Galaxy 2 in 2010.
Johnny
And
5 is programmed to
since
learn
then,
the
there's
way
been
our
a lot of
brains do.
very good Mario
Biological
games,
nervous
such as
system?
Dream Team, which I
That's the
thought
new
was a very
generation of
good
AI, right?
RPG.
Hey, you know
Paper
your
Jam
robots.
was okay.
Oh, I know my
Of course, the
robot.
Paper Mario
So,
games weren't that
why are you
good.
driving a cab?
Paper Mario Color
It
Splash
is
was
how
okay.
I learn.
And there's been some new Super Mario Bros.
Fair
games,
enough.
the 3D
Let's
Land,
drive
the 3D
around this
World
zone.
games, which were all very good games. It's just that they weren't great. They weren't something like the Mario Galaxy games. So expect
Darn it!
Odyssey to be
He's
phenomenal.
not here. Let's hit the next spot.
So overall, I'd say a lot of people were
So tell
expecting
me,
less from
is number
Nintendo, and
five
Nintendo put
alive?
quality
He
over
self-learns.
quantity. They didn't just show like 50
But his
trailers and only
programming
have
is goal-oriented.
5 of them
So
be
it's
for
possible
stuff
he
people
decided
cared
his
about.
goal was to go sightseeing.
So overall, I'd
his
say
own?
it was
Johnny
pretty
5,
good
where are
considering the
you?
amount of time they had. If it was 45 minutes and that was all there was, then I'd say yeah, it wasn't as good because they
We found him!
probably would have had like minor announcements.
Oh,
You know, I shouldn't say that, but if it was 45 minutes, then people probably would have been like, it was still good, but it went,
Los
the
locos kick your
showcase
ass.
went too
Los
long.
locos kick your
But no, I
face.
think 25 minutes was actually a decent amount of time. They showed a lot. Of course, they could have showed more. They probably showed more in some Nintendo Directs. But the fact that we're going to get Mario gameplay, Mario Odyssey gameplay, probably some gameplay for the new Breath of the Wild DLC, and maybe some gameplay for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I thought it was a good E3. I wouldn't say it was as good as Sony's, because Sony didn't really have any new announcements except a couple games. But the trailers they showed were really good. If Nintendo showed more trailers like Mario Odyssey, they would have won. I don't know if it was better than Microsoft's either, because Microsoft showed a lot and they showed some good games, but a lot of it was for minor games. Metro Exodus looked good. Sea of Thieves and Crackdown 3 looked good, but we knew about those games except Metro Exodus. Anyway, let me know your thoughts about the Nintendo E3 showcase in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.